Thank you, Soph. Hey, good evening, everybody. It's probably about midnight on what is today? September 12th. Anyways, tonight, last few days, 2 to 3 days, as you know, this year has been crazy wild, as I always tell you. Kind of like my hair tonight. Okay. However, the reason I'm doing this YouTube tonight is it's really late, and I'm dealing with some really rough stuff today. In particular, my oldest dog is not doing her best, to be honest with you. And for weeks, I've been getting diabetes. I think it's insipidus, but actually, I was getting just diabetes over and over and over. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because the universe talks to me all the time. I mean, as clear as day. It was like they were screaming it at me. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is wrong? What is that? What is that? Who is that for? Right? Because the universe talks to me all the time, right? Oh, and by the way, it's Lynn Renee McDonald for Practical Spirituality Live. So hi, everybody. And I'm in Virginia Beach here, and I know it's late, but this was really important. I haven't done a YouTube in a few days because I've been super, super, super overwhelmed with everything that's going on. But this really came to the forefront. My oldest dog, Nana, is not really feeling her best, and she's been with me for lifetimes, as you probably heard in many of my other videos. She is such a love bug. So any of you guys who want to pray for her and us, please do, because any of that lovely love energy that you send to us will surely, no doubt, help her be well on whatever journey she's going to take with this from love. All right, and we're going to do our best to do what's best for her from love, because that's the right thing to do from love for her, for me, for all of us. We always do the right thing, and especially for our pets. The right thing is always coming and making all our decisions from the best and purest place of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom. So, to tell you the truth about what's going on is my dog Nani for the last 2 or 3 days has had severe urinary incontinence, and she has had a whole bunch of other symptoms going on, and it's like it all came on like a steam train. So, yesterday we did all these blood tests, and of course my taxes are due at the same time, and I'm like, really, God? I'm like, I gotta take care of my dog. I'm like, please, right? So, I mean, sometimes we feel like that, in this human space. So, it's been rough. It has definitely been rough. But the most important thing here that takes priority on my list is my Nana, because she is my oldest dog. I had 4 dogs. One is metaphysical and all around us, and that's Jack. But I have 3 other dogs now. There's Nana, Daisy, and Tucker. Okay, and Nana is my oldest dog, and so she is having issues with urinary incontinence and what is the word I'm looking for? And diluted urine. All right. So universe talks to me all the time. So I'm medical intuitive. So instantly I got all the information that I needed. They kept yelling at me, diabetes, and I'm thinking, of the traditional diabetes when it's really not that, but it is, but yet it is a form of diabetes, absolutely. So I go to the doctors because I have to regulate what's going on with her from spirit. It's kind of like I know what I know metaphysically, intuitively with God, and I have to regulate and balance, right, earth world with the space. But tonight I'm going to talk about the challenges, because the fucking veterinarians and doctors and people in the medical field are fucked up. Okay, just so get a heads up on this, because now of course not all of them are. There are plenty of really, really great good ones. So what you got to do is you got to pray on it. But they clearly, after my experience tonight, are not immune to the unwellnesses that are happening in the world, and they're not listening to the people. You know what is wrong with your pet. Wrong meaning unwell with your pet. You feel it. And me being a medical intuitive, I mean, they didn't have a chance, especially not just because of that, because I talked to God 24/7. So I knew what was wrong with my dog when I went in there, right? And I told them, I said, hey, my dog has this, right? So I take her to the emergency hospital because my regular vet, we did all these blood tests, and my regular vet at this time was closed. And I'm like, you know what? My dog needs fucking help. Let me take her to the emergency hospital. And guided by spirit, we end up in the emergency hospital. Lo and behold, my dog doesn't really want to go there, and I get that, and I understand that. Who the fuck wants to be in the hospital? Not me, not anybody, and not your pets, right? Okay, so that said, we go to the emergency hospital because I need to get my dog well. It's my responsibility as a pet owner to help her from the highest form of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom. So I've got to do the right thing for her. The truth is, she's always done the right thing for me from love. That dog loves me like fucking no other. And there is no doubt in my heart about that. And you know what I'm talking about, right? And as responsible pet owners, we got to do the right thing for them. Sometimes we have to put off doing our taxes. Sometimes, right? Sometimes we can't do things. Like I had to cancel my class for tonight. I mean, you got to do what you got to do for your pets, which is doing the right thing from love. Because your pets are there for you from love. And they're so magical and they're so gifted. And there's not a shot in hell that if the tables were reversed, that they wouldn't be doing this for you. Think about that. You know it's true. Okay? All right. So that said, we end up in the emergency room, and I get in there, and I tell this doctor, I mean, we're talking about the high-end emergency clinic, the after-hours one. So it's got to be 8:30, 9:30 at night tonight. And we go in there, and I tell them what's going on, and I give them all the signs, all the symptoms, all the stuff, and I know what's going on, and I bring her in there, and the doctor... the first girl, there were actually 3 people. The very first girl came in was in her heart space. The second one was not really. She was trying to figure it out, and she was like not healthy, really not in a healthy space. All right, so she was like in between the doctor and the girl that was in her heart space, the technicians, and then the doctor came in. All right, and the doctor was super unwell, super fucking unwell. All right, the second she get in here, I was like, okay, I should just pack up my fucking dog and turn around because there's nothing this woman is going to do for me because I can feel her energy. I can read her energy. Duh, this is what I do, people, right? And you know in your heart, when you feel people's energy, if it's fucked up, if it's unwell, if it's toxic, you know, right? And there is no excuse, for me allowing that for the care of my pet, right? However, I have to balance this with Earth World, all right? Super high metaphysical with Earth World, right? Love energy, all right? And I have to balance that in Earth World. So universe guided me to basically go get Nana the medical help in Earth World reality medical systems so that I have that over here in my pocket. I can put it on a shelf, like note to self. So I put that on my shelf. So if I need the medicine, I can do the medicine right away for her. I know what's going on. We can do that while I look and work with spirit for better holistic avenues, changes in diets, vitamins, minerals, whatever it takes from love energy work itself, all right, to make her well, right? So universe guides me to this. And at this time, I don't have 5 fucking minutes. So the last thing I really feel like doing in my people space is this. But I have got to do the right thing for my dog because I love her. I fucking love her. And I'll be damned, nothing's going to stop me from doing that. And we have a soul pact, because you do the right thing from love, right? So I know why this is happening. You know, just like the fucking Subaru dealer, we got the Blue Pearl Animal Hospital, and the doctor is super, super unwell. She doesn't hear a word that I said, not a word, right? She doesn't care, right? She's like, oh, I have protocol and I have to do this, and you said the dog was like this. No, that's not what I said. She didn't hear me. I end up wasting $700 to get x-rays and for her to tell me that my dog probably has a mass in his spleen or in her spleen. And that was one of her diagnoses, and that her back is all messed up because she's got some kind of arthritis and a cutoff on her spinal cord. And then I just said, whoa. I said, I don't believe that for 1 minute. I said, I know what's going on with my dog. I said, A, B, C, D, E, F, G is what's going on with my dog. The doctor, I call her a girl, but she's a doctor, could not fucking hear a word I said. Not only couldn't she hear me, she wasn't in her heart space. She didn't give a shit what I thought, what I said, because she was the doctor. She was in a super unwell fucking ego space. That doesn't help people, right? Why do you be a fucking doctor if you're not here to help people from love? Get the fuck out of your job if you can't come from your heart space and do the right thing from love, especially in situations where we're dealing with health. We're dealing dealing with issues, and people and pets are unwell. You've got to do the right thing from love. And this woman was so not doing it. All right. So I give her a chance, though. I give her the chance. I gave her 3 fucking chances to do the right thing. Did she do it? Not a chance in hell. And I bought my daughter, and I bought one of my assistants, Rachel, who's lovely. So is my daughter, Sophia. They came with me to help and assist with Nani because there's a lot of symptoms going on with her right now, and we're working through it with Universe. And I'm doing everything that I'm guided by love energy that is God to do. So I go to Earth World Doctors. Why? Okay, to help and assist me with Nana's best health. Right, and I take these tools from Earth World Reality and I work with them from here. I know what I need to do, but Universe guided me to do this for many different reasons. Go here, balance these things, so I have the gifts and tools from this reality as well as from here, so I can make the wisest choices and always have the best solutions, the best care, the best medicines, the best of whatever I need for my dog. Well, tonight I experienced massive failure in Earth World Reality, and while it's kind of comical right now, it's really not, because it's fucked up. You know, it's super unwell. It's super unwell for my dog. It's super unwell for me, and it's totally not cool because I ended up spending about $700 here, and the doctor didn't hear me, didn't listen to me, didn't give a shit what I thought the diagnosis was. And at the end, I told her, I said, hey. I said, I'm a medical intuitive, so I know exactly what's wrong with my dog. I said, and I thought we discussed this, but you didn't hear me. She didn't hear a fucking word I said. So heads up, people, because this is for you. When you go to the hospital, the doctor, whatever, you know what you feel in your heart is right. That's part of your God intuitive connection from love, okay? So be guided from that place. Check with source. Work with source. Source meaning love energy. Get the solutions. Ask for the solutions. Go in there. Do what you need to do. What should I do, God? Should I go to the doctors? Is this the best thing for me? What's the issues here? How can I be well? Let me be well. Thanks God for the best care, the best doctors, the best everything that I need. And clearly, you know, I prayed on that before I left. Before I left my house to bring Nana there to get her the help that she needed, right? And I love my dog so much. He's just fucking rocking, and I just love, right? So we go in there, and in the end, I get the x-rays, and basically I ream the doctor. I just say, hey man, I said, this isn't cool. You need to know how it really is. I said, you're not coming from your heart space. I said, I don't agree with half the shit that you said, and you're picking at straws. You're not hearing a fucking word that I'm saying. I said, and honestly, I said, you suck as a doctor. I said, you're not coming from your heart space. You're not doing the right thing for not only my dog, all right? You're not making anybody well. I said to her, I said, and really, you should just pack this fucking job in because this is not the job for you. All right. And I don't like to be this person, but it is super fucking uncool when this happens because my dog, I spent $700 and my dog didn't get the care that it needed. She couldn't hear a fucking word that I said. Right. And that's not really being a doctor. If you want to be a doctor, in whether it's veterinary medicine, doctor medicine, natural healer, whatever it is that you do, love what you do and come from your heart, or you got no fucking business doing it. And that's what this video is about, because now, right, I have to go to a different doctor. I have to go back to source. And I say to God, I said, why the fuck did this happen? And they said to me, and God said to me, don't worry, we got Nani. We got Nani. So Nani is super cool. All right. And we're going to get the solutions that we need from love energy that is God. Why? Because ask and you shall receive, follow your heart, work with love energy in the highest form, and love will bring you exactly where you need to be for your greatest healing, your greatest wisdom, your greatest knowledge, everything that you need. So it was quite ironic or quite humorous actually, because when I went to leave and I came all the way home and I sat down on my chair, right? And I'm like, fuck, because these times sometimes require wine, right now. So I'm having a glass of wine, not 50 glasses, one, right? And so sometimes these times that are so difficult. Here's the kicker. I came home and Nani said to me, she was actually glad. She goes, I'm so glad you were there for me, Mom. How fucking cool is that? My dog is telling me, I'm so glad you were there for me and you did the right thing from love. That's right. I called the fucking doctor. Not many people will say what I said to the doctor, but I really don't give a fuck. All right. And the funny thing is, while I'm cursing now, I didn't curse then. I asked God to speak through me. I came from love, and I didn't curse, I don't think, not quite in the same way that sometimes I do in my videos to get the point across, because I'm very, very intense. And sometimes you have to be really, really emotional. And sometimes words like fuck are what you got to say to get your point across. But I told her, I said, as a doctor, I said, you're not worth a shit. And that's what I said. And it may sound mean and nasty, but you know what? There's people who are not like me, who won't stick up for themselves, who won't get to get to that point, or can't do the right thing from the healthy space of love for their pets. And that's why I'm here, is sometimes to make and bridge those bridges, or cross those bridges, to get the changes made that need to be made here. So Nani and me were part of that journey tonight to help change veterinary medicine and medicines and doctors. Not all people were like that. Like I said, I had this lovely girl, Stephanie, who was there, who was the vet tech, and we so connected, and I was so nice and so lovely to her, because that's how I am. I'm authentic when you're authentic. And if you're shitty to me, then you bet I'm going to bring the wrath of God to you. And I'm ready. And I'm fucking ready, because it's not the right thing to do from love. And we're here to change this planet. And besides, not only that, how hard is it to just be decent to people if you can't get in that space? If you can't give a shit about your customers, your clients, your employees, your patients, especially people like your patients, if you can't give a shit about them, then you got no business doing that fucking job. So heads up, people, because I love you all and I want you to have great things. So when you go to the doctor and they're not hearing you, and you're not listening to, and they're not listening to you, and they're not hearing a fucking word you say, and they're doing all these tests, and I gave her 3 chances, and 3 times she's tried to tell me different things, the things that I needed to do, and by the 3rd time I was like, you know what? I said, we're done here. I said, you need to pack up your shit, get me my x-rays and get me my bill, and I'm going to tell you how it really is. You're not coming from the highest place of love. You're not doing the right thing for my dog. You're not doing the right thing for me. And you better reevaluate your position as a doctor, because you suck at it. And that's what I said. Pretty much all the things that I just told you here, because it's not the right thing. I know my kids aren't really thrilled with it. It's a little hard to digest when I do shit like this. But you know what? It has to be done, because people cannot, in this reality, do this to people. It's not cool. It's not really cool. All right. It's not coming from the best place of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom. So thank you guys tonight. I hope you like this YouTube. I feel like lately I'm like, what the fuck, man? I don't like to be we're so mean and nasty, or what I feel is like mean and nasty, but it's not. All I'm doing is telling people the truth. Right? And she had all kinds of attitude and nasty and crappy energy. And I just told her, I said, I don't believe a word you're saying. I said, I don't buy this. I don't buy that. And I heard what you're saying. And I said, and that's okay. But let's move on and get to the diagnosis of my dog. But again, like I said, she wasn't coming from the highest place of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom. And that's our job. Mine in particular, especially. So, we do this for lifetimes, and this is what we're here to do. So remember this when you go to the vet. If they're not treating you from the highest place of love, and they're not hearing what you are saying, then it is not the best doctor, vet, whoever it is for you. And get the fuck out of there, and don't waste your time or your money. Okay? Any questions? Have a great night. Much love. If you want to know who is the best vet for you, please, by all means, ask. Because it turns out when I asked God, I said, oh, God, you told me to go here. You told me to do this. You told me blah, blah, blah. There were so many reasons I was supposed to meet that girl, Stephanie. I did the right thing for my dog no matter what. My dog was reassured that I was going to do the right time for her. I took out the time. I canceled my class. I did what it takes from love, which is the right thing from love in the highest form to do. And these are all things that needed to happen. So my vet experience might not have gone the way that I thought it would go, but also this doctor was calling in enlightenment. And sometimes it comes through some of the craziest avenues. And I guess tonight it was through me for her. Okay, so these are all some of the great magical things that happened when I was there. And in difficult times we bond together. And these are some of those challenges that we're having in this 2019 September fall time period. Lots of great stuff is coming again, raising the vibration with the planet like we've talked about. So remember, Your doctor isn't listening to you. Somebody's not listening to you. 3 strikes, you're out. Especially don't waste your money or your time. Ask God for the best doctor for you, the best situation, the best of whatever you need. And if the situation turns out like mine, know this, it's right in alignment with love. All right? So, and trust that and trust God. All right? Trust your heart, your soul, and love. All right. Have a good night, people, and we'll see you soon. Much love. Thanks. Bye-bye.